These are the 3 mistakes that you are making right now. I see you. That are stopping you from starting and or potentially growing your virtual assistant business. Hello and welcome to the VA Vortex. My name is Rebecca Morassutti and I am a virtual assistant mentor and business growth strategist who is here to revolutionize the virtual assistant game. And I must say I'm doing a pretty good job so far. I am helping women create businesses that are sustainable and freedom-based and that allow them to hit their income goals and ultimately build a business that's going to allow them to be totally financially stable and secure, traveling around the world or staying at home with their kids or whatever that life looks like for them. My goal is to help you create a life of your own design, and that's exactly what we're doing here. Okay? Becoming a VA is the fastest way to start your own online business. Yup, it's true. It's not drop shipping, it's not affiliate marketing, it's not UGC, it's not whatever new thing came out in the last 10 minutes on Instagram. Okay? Starting a sustainable, freedom-based virtual assistant business is your way out. It's your exact direct path to creating a life of your own design and building a business you love while you're working with your dream clients. I mean, I think I just convinced myself to start my VA business all over again. So, okay, but we're here to talk today about why you haven't started it yet, right? And these are the 3 biggest reasons why. Now, over the last few months, I have been talking to so many amazing women about starting a VA business and doing all the things I just mentioned, right? Every single person has a different idea of what freedom is to them. That you could have time freedom, financial freedom. I know for me, mental and emotional freedom was big. The freedom to just choose what I want to do in my day. Everybody has different reasons why they're doing it. But pretty much everybody has the same exact reasons why they haven't done it yet. And today we're going to talk about it. So the very first reason, probably the biggest reason that I see sliding into my DMs when I ask people, hey, so okay, you want to start a VA business, why haven't you started? Is that they feel like they need to learn more before they start. Is this something that you can relate to? Right? I know I felt the exact same way. I felt like I needed to learn a program. I needed to learn a platform. I needed to figure out how I was actually going to do the task that my clients asked me to do. And because of that, I got stuck in a cycle of constant learning. Okay. Around the VA Vortex, we like to call that procrastinating, which means that you're learning and you're thinking that you're building your business, but in reality, you're actually not doing that at all, right? You're just constantly learning. And the thing is that the more that you learn, the more you realize you don't know. And then the more you need to learn. And the more you start to doubt yourself. And you get in a horrible cycle that is very hard to get out of. And you may be there right now. You may be watching this video, procrastinating. Ooh, is that what's happening? So thinking you need to learn more before you start is literally what is holding you back. You have every single thing. I know you. Okay. And I know that you are an amazing, driven woman who has accomplished so many amazing things in her life. Okay. Maybe you went to school. Okay. Maybe you just graduated high school. Maybe you went to college. Maybe you went to university. Maybe you have kids right now. Maybe you're like a director of an organization. Maybe you're a manager. Maybe you're a teacher. Maybe you're an actress. I know that everything that you've done throughout your entire life is everything you need to start your VA business. Everything that you need to know when it comes to working with clients, you're going to learn from your clients. Why? Because every single client that you work with in your VA business is going to need different things of you. Every single client you're going to work with is going to use different platforms. So there's no point in learning Kajabi and MailChimp and Thinkific and HubSpot and all the millions of other platforms and apps that are out there because you don't know what you need to learn yet. It's a waste of your time. It's a total waste of your time. And like I said, it keeps you stuck because then you go down this YouTube black hole, right? This is one of the reasons why I don't have my videos on YouTube, because personally, I probably would go down a YouTube black hole if I was there. You go down a YouTube black hole where you just constantly keep learning and learning and learning, and then you don't actually take action on anything that you've learned, okay? Let me tell you this quick little side story here. I've been talking to somebody for almost 2 years now. And she has worked so hard to learn as much as she can to build her business. She's went and gotten all these certifications that I didn't even know existed, okay? And that, to be honest, none of her clients are going to care about. But she has all these certifications, and how many clients does she have? Want to take a guess? 0. She's been doing this for 2 years. She does a certification program, does it, completes it, posts it up on Instagram, waits for the clients to come. No one comes, and feels like, oh, it must be because I don't know enough yet, and goes and does something else. She's been doing that for 2 years. She's likely been doing that since before she met me. She doesn't have a business. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that new virtual assistants are making, is thinking that they need to learn as much as they can. They need to get certifications and do all these things for clients to value them. It's not true at all. You have the skills that you already need to start your business, okay? Now, this ties into the second thing. And actually, all these things actually kind of tie in. So the second thing is that one of the biggest mistakes that I see people making is assuming that nobody's going to hire them because they don't have any experience. They have no experience, right? I'm not experienced being a virtual assistant. I'm starting over. I'm starting a new career. So I need to start from ground zero. I need to start from nothing, right? Nothing. I haven't ever even had a client. I have 0 experience, right? Many people tell me this, and they tell me that that's why, because the fact that they've never had any clients is the reason why they're not going out and finding clients. Right? Okay. So this isn't even a legitimate thing to think, okay? Because you have, like I just said, so much amazing experience. You are not starting with no experience. You are not new. You are not fresh, okay? Guys, ladies, people, there are people out here that are 16, 17, 18 years old in high school making thousands of dollars every month running a VA business. I guarantee you that you have so much more experience to contribute to an online business owner than they do. But yet they are out there and they are successful and they're running a business and they're living a life designed by them. I'm sure you've seen it on TikTok, right? The mistake that you're making is thinking that you have no experience when you actually have years and years and years and years of the most important kind of experience, life experience. Okay? And you bring all of your experiences, all of your perspectives, all of your stories, all of your mistakes, and all of your wins to your client's business. The years and years and years of that you have. Things that you probably wouldn't ever even think that are going to contribute to your success as a virtual assistant. I promise you will. You will. It will. Yeah, there we go. The other day, okay, I was in Mexico. A few months ago, I was in Mexico. And one of my clients was like, I need to wrap a book. Okay, so these are the kinds of crazy things you get asked to do as a VA. So I'm in Mexico and my client's like sending me all these different wrapping papers, right? And they're all like these beautiful kind of like Indian type patterns. She's very like spiritual. And she's like, Rebecca, I can't find any wrapping paper. Can you find me this wrapping paper? I'm like, of course I can. Do you know me? Of course I could find the wrapping paper. Go online. Can't find the wrapping paper. So now I'm like, uh-oh. And I'm in Mexico too. So it's not even like I can like go store to store trying to find wrapping paper here. So I'm thinking what she likes. And then I remember years ago, I went on a trip to India. And when I was in India, I, at the time, was working with a charity and they were doing work there. And we were there and we met all these amazing women. And something that they did for a job was they actually took wedding saris and they turned them into these like beautiful like table runners and tablecloths and all different kinds of things for your home, right? Sorry if you can hear Mars, he wants to go outside. They turned them into all these beautiful things for your home. So I'm thinking, I wonder if I could find, like, instead of finding wrapping paper, I'm wondering if I can find something that's made by these Indian women that maybe I can find somewhere in Mexico. And I'm in like Cabo, which isn't really a big city. It's not like I was in Mexico City or anything. So I'm looking, and then I find them. Okay, I find them. And I wouldn't even have known that these things even existed if I had not gone to India like 7 years ago, maybe even longer than that. I don't even want to check the date. And I found them. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe I actually found these. These are beautiful and these are going to blow her mind. That's not even, she doesn't even know these exist. I'm going to buy them. I'm going to get them for her. We're going to wrap the books in them. It's going to be this like amazing experience. And then her clients can just take those after and like have them instead of just wrapping paper, throw it in the garbage. I'm not really like into that anyway from an environmental standpoint. Anyway, that's a different conversation. So who would have thought that an experience that I had in India many, many, many years before this would have actually blown my freaking client's mind, okay? Last month. This happened last month, early March. Sorry, I have no idea what day it is or time or, Experience. You have the experience. You have it, okay? Now, the third thing that you've been doing, the biggest mistake that I see this applies to every single new virtual assistant who has actually seriously started taking action on building their business, is that you are actually spending all of your time, the most important time, your mental capacity, creating something that is not a real business. It's a business illusion. Okay? It's a business illusion. What you're creating is not real. All right? You're building a website. You're even potentially registering your business with the government. Maybe you're opening a business bank account. Maybe you took some headshots. You got your friends to take some pictures. Maybe you've started an Instagram. You started posting content. Okay, all that's fine. All that's great. But guess what? That's not a business. That is not a business. What is a business? What is a business? A business is something that makes money. And none of those things make money. What makes money is you signing on clients. Okay. So while 99.99999% of new virtual assistants are spending their time on things that ultimately don't matter and they're creating business illusion and then they're exhausted at the end of the day and they haven't reached out to any clients, there's a small 1% or less than 1% population of women who have discovered a better way, right? And lucky for you, it's right here. Okay, it's right here. So instead of doing that, instead of creating business illusion, you need to focus on what's actually going to move your business forward. What's actually going to allow you to leave your 9-to-5 job? What's actually going to allow you to create a life of your own design? And that's not a website. That's not an Instagram. That's not a business registration or a bank account. That is a client. That is a client. Okay? And you can get a client without any of that. Okay? But unfortunately, what I see, again, is that I hear from women, I spend so much time building my business, Rebecca. I spent so much time on my website. It took me like 3 months to do my website, and I've been creating content, and I've been posting on Instagram. I'm exhausted, and not a single person's reached out to me, or maybe I found someone on Facebook for $20 an hour. I did their LinkedIn, updated it, and now that project's done, and I don't even know where to go from here. And they're discouraged. They think that this isn't real. They think that this isn't available for them. In reality, it totally 100% is. They've just been spending all their time, energy, and focus and learning things that don't apply to you yet. Okay? Maybe in 3 years from now, if you want to spend some money, create a nice website, go for it. But when you are starting out, the number one thing that you need to be focused on is landing your first client. That is it. Literally nothing else. Nothing else. Okay? You can land your first client without a website, without Instagram, without your business registered, without a tax number, without a business bank account, literally without anything that anyone else tells you need. You can even land your first client without a contract. You can land your first client without a payment platform. You can literally land your first client right now on the street without anything. That's what you need to be focusing all of your time and energy on. Okay? So which one of these 3 mistakes have you been making? Ooh, let's be honest with ourselves here. And what are you going to do to get out of that? Right? A lot of the times we can stay stuck if we don't identify, right? 1 to 3, right? Are you right now thinking you need to learn more before you get started? Are you assuming that no one's going to hire you because you have no experience? Or are you trying to get started, but you're spending all your time on things that are creating business illusion? What are you? Where are you right now? 1, 2, or 3? Jump into my email, reply back to this email where you got this video and tell me which one you are. And I'm going to create more content for you on that topic. Okay? Because I want to help move you out of this. All right. Well, this has been a great VA Vortex video, and I will catch you on the next one.